guys, today I want to share with you how I normally do my white spot channel and also the varnish layer. Okay, so if you guys are struggling with this issue, please stay tuned as I finally figured the way out. Okay, so the things that you need would be the Photoshop app, and sometimes you might need the Illustrator app as well. Okay, so let's begin with the tutorial. So right now I'm in Illustrator, as you can see. Okay, this is the file over here that we'll be printing today. Okay, firstly, we just need to print out the items over here. Okay, but we still have to align the box, right? So what I'm going to do is to remove all the items over here. See, I've selected all of them here, right? So I'm going to delete them first. And now I have the border of this material. So what I'm going to do is to actually go to the art box here. Okay, I'm going to change the size of this border to fit the size of this box here. So this is 28.9 by 19.9. So let's go back to over here. I'm going to change it to 28.9 and 19.9. Okay. Okay, so what I normally like to do is to actually get the border printed out first on the bed, and then I would place my acrylic that I have laser cut onto the bed and align it according to the lines here. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is to export it into the TIFF file. Okay, let's change it to TIFF, and I would select the use artboards. Okay, now let me explain this part when I get into the PrintExp software. So now that I'm in the PrintExp software, okay, this is the canvas, and let's just import in that file. Okay, so this is the file. Okay, this is the border that we were looking at earlier on. But let me just change the bed first. Okay, because I have to print out two pieces and I want to save time. So what I'm going to do is to put both, I'm going to have a copy of it here as well and print it together at the same time. So what I'm going to do is to align these borders here first. Okay, normally what I like to do is to put like a 1 cm like gap away from the space here. Okay, so this is the size here, and remember, just jot these numbers down first, okay, so that later on you can come back to it. I'm going to select print. Okay, you don't need to use 12 pass, just use 8 pass and then send it print to your printer. Okay, so now that the borders have been printed on the bed, okay, what I'm going to do is to align the acrylic pieces I've cut with my laser machine onto the bed. Okay, so we just follow accordingly to the line. Okay, so now once that is done, okay, let's move on to print the inside. Okay, so earlier on, we said that we wanted to change this to white. We don't want this piece anymore, so let me go ahead and make sure that the artboard is the same as the size of this piece here. Okay, so it is, I think it was 28.8 and 19.9. Okay, I'm going to do a check again. Oh, 28.9. Okay, wait. Sorry. Okay. So now that we have resized the artboard to fit the piece over here, and I don't actually need this anymore, so I'm going to delete this, and now I'm going to change the items here. Okay, I'm just going to release them from the grouping. Okay, and I'm going to change the fill to white. Okay, so ultimately I want to print white. Okay, of course now you cannot see these over here. Okay, but once you print out, you'll be able to see those logos. So what I'm going to do is to actually export it out into Photoshop. Okay, it's white test, and I'm going to select use art box so that I can align it with the previous print on the bed. So in Photoshop, what I'm going to do is to open up the file, okay, white test, and I have the file here. So as you can see, I am not printing out the border that I initially have over here, okay, because I've already printed it out to align on the bed, but I don't want to print that border on my acrylic piece, right? Ultimately, I only want these white items on the acrylic piece. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a white spot on these items here. Okay, the reason for that is because the UV printer does not read white and they will not print white unless you specify the white spot area. So what we're going to do is to select, okay, you control and right click, no, control and left click, and you can see all the selected items over here. Okay, this means that we are creating the white spot for all of these items here. Okay, and we're going to channels. Okay, the line. Okay, we're going to here, we're going to click new spot channel, and we're going to do white spot. Okay, ultimately, the naming convention that you put over here doesn't really matter, okay, because they follow the alignments that you have done on your PrintExp. Okay, so I can also do another layer. Okay, if I were to just leave it as this, okay, this would mean that I will not be printing out varnish. Okay, but if I want to print out varnish, I have to control and left click this again and see that it is selecting the items that I want. Okay, go to channels, new spot channel, and put in varnish. Okay, okay, so now that I have these two, okay, this would mean that I'll be printing the white colored areas as well as varnish on these items selected. Okay, let's move on to PrintExp so that I can explain to you what this means. Okay, so in PrintExp, if I were to go to this button here, the spot color setting, you can see that I have input channel 1 and 2, right? Layer 1 would be the white spot and layer 2 would be the varnish, okay? So it would correspond according to what there is over here. So layer 1, layer 2, right? So same thing, layer 1, layer 2. Now, if I don't want to print the varnish, I can just remove this layer, okay? And this is what we're going to do today. I don't need to print the varnish, so I just delete that. And all I have to do is just save this file as a TIFF file, okay? As a TIFF file. And I will be able to print it out, okay? So now that I'm here on this page, I'm just going to import in the white final. Okay, and I know that it is in the wrong direction, so let me just move it this way. Okay, and I'm going to align it according to here. So you see that these sizes over here are the same. It's because I've aligned it accordingly. Okay, using the artboard. Okay, so I'm going to do, I want to print this on here. So this would be 10, 10. So I have to remove this and put in 10, 10, right? And I want to do the same for the one here. So this is 215.63. And I delete the back one and 10. Okay. So now that I have both pieces over here to be printed, let's move on to print. Alright, you guys, so now that we have done the white spot channel, we're going to talk about certain exceptions that we have over here. So for example, if I wanted to print a logo like that, okay, without the white area here. Okay, I just wanted to print all these details here except the white area on a clear acrylic piece. Okay, so you don't even need to do the white spot because you're not printing white. All you have to do is to just save this file as a TIFF file. Okay, save it, import it in, and print it as it is.